And my special guest today is John Weaver from Cornerstone Building Analysis. Welcome, John. Tell me a little bit about you and your company. I know we've worked together several times, and you've been you're our favorite home inspector. So, just go ahead and let the audience know a little bit about you.
Well, I appreciate that. We've been doing inspections in Central Florida since 1998. I've worked for general contractors. Actually started by doing renovations and flipping homes as an investor. We would go in and make ridiculous offers on homes and pick up the ones that nobody else wanted, renovate and flip, and then some of the agents that we were working with said, "Hey, why don't you do a home inspection for this guy?" And we went, "What is that?" And they said, "Well, that's where you go in and tell them everything that's wrong, kind of like what you guys are doing." And thus the home inspection business started, and have gotten out of flipping properties and that kind of thing since then.
Well, and I know that inspections and inspectors are somewhat scary to the sellers because they feel like they're opening a can of worms.
Anything could be fixed. It's just a matter of how much is it going to cost to do that. I mean, we're really there to keep people objective and honest. A home purchase could be the most major, significant investment somebody makes, and they need to make an educated decision on that. So I think of a home inspection not so much as maybe like a general practitioner, a doctor, whatever. It's a general overview of the condition of the property. We're not gonna find absolutely every possible nitpicky detail, but we're there to go over the major systems and make sure that the buyer knows what they're getting into.
And one thing, when you're getting a home inspection, let's go through a little bit of all the things that are covered in what you do. Like when you're looking at a roof, what are the important things that you're evaluating?
Well, we're trying to predict life expectancy. We're trying to predict maintenance. We're trying to predict expenditure on the buyer. So, and those all affect the value of the property, not from necessarily an appraisal perspective, but money out of pocket that it's going to cost somebody to own or occupy that property. So when we're looking at the roof or any of the major systems or components, it's an estimate on potential failure, age, condition, these types of things. And that comes from professional experience. How many roofs have you looked at, and what condition do they appear to be at certain age and under certain weather conditions, and then, of course, how they're put together. The inspection is certainly going to cover the major components, the electric, the plumbing, the HVAC system, the appliances that are there, the exterior envelope. Moisture is the issue here in Florida. So are windows leaking or siding or these types of things, to determine if there are any major problems now, or could there be major problems in the near future that could affect maintenance on the property. So identifying plumbing issues in an inspection, and not just with polybutylene. I mean, historic homes that might have galvanized pipe or old cast iron waste lines or clay even waste lines. These are all parts of the inspection depending on the product that we're inspecting, the age of the home, the era of construction, the type of materials that were used. We're going to pay close attention to the type of building products that were used and the condition that they're in. Electrical is the same way. I mean, when we start looking at maybe Federal Pacific boxes or Zinsco boxes or whatnot, there's proven electrical hazards that are known with that product, failure with that product, class action lawsuits that were involved with that product. These are things we're looking for, and also with modern applications, somebody wires a ceiling fan themselves. There could be issues with that. We want to make sure it's okay.